In this video, I'll demonstrate how to create a page-based report for your custom data analysis protocol for publish to myassays2.com. This video is part of a series, so if you'd like to see how to perform kinetic analysis with myassays2.com or how to create your own custom kinetic protocol, please see the previous videos in this series. I have opened my kinetic analysis via linear regression and 4PL curve fitting assay on myassays2.com with results calculated. We have a nice looking Excel-based report here with results separated onto 3 separate sheets. Reviewing the report options, we have Excel and PDF to choose from. However, if we select the PDF option and recalculate, opening the report and scrolling down, I can see that some of the report elements are splitting across pages. And I'd also like to update this report to add a custom header with a company logo. To make these changes, we'll want to add a report template to the protocol in MyAssays desktop, and then republish the protocol to myassays2.com. We can either update the protocol we have saved on our PC from the last video in this series, or we can use the arrow directly to the right of the assay name and select Download MyAssays Desktop Protocol. This is a great option if you don't have access to the original protocol file. You can download a clean copy directly to whatever station you're using. I'll save the protocol to my PC and select to open. To create or edit the report template, we'll first need to calculate our results. On the Report tab, we can see our report in a sheet-based format, like the Excel report we created on myassays2.com. To view the page-based report, I'll select the Page View option from the Report ribbon at the top of the screen. This is the equivalent of the PDF report we created online. Scrolling down, we can see that split between pages on the curve data table. Let's make some changes to update the report. On the Home tab, I'll select the Properties control and open the Report tab. By selecting the Report option at the top of the report tree, we can add settings that apply to the report as a whole, including the print scaling. Using this drop-down box, I'll select to fit all columns on one page. This will prevent the columns of any of our tables from splitting across pages. Now let's close out of the Properties control and select the Report tab again. Towards the right of the options, we can see the New Template button. Selecting this will open our report template in Word. Now we can use the full functionality of Word to configure our report, including the use of tables, columns, headers, footers, page numbers, etc. The items surrounded by curly brackets represent each of the report elements currently contained in our page-based report. We can reorder and optionally remove content, but note that if the content is configured to appear on the sheet-based Excel report, it will remain in that format. The changes we make to this template only impact the page-based report. I'd like my curve chart to appear first, followed by the curve data table, the table that contains my standard backfit information, and then the 2 sample tables. Sample table 1 contains my unknown results, and sample table 2 my standard results. The other standard curve content I'll remove from the printed report, the curve fit equations, coefficients, and goodness measures tables. So first, I'll highlight the content I'd like to remove and delete those items. Next, I'll highlight the curve chart and curve data table and move those to the top of my report. And then I'll move sample table 1 to appear below sample table 2. This way my standard results will appear first. Let's save the changes we've made and recalculate the results in MyAssays desktop. Now on our report, we can see the columns of the curve data table no longer split between pages. Scrolling down, we can see that the additional fit details content has been removed. But if we review the sheet view and open the fit details tab, we can see that that information does still appear in the Excel report. We've just elected to remove it from the PDF or printed report. Now let's add a branded header and page numbers to the footer. Back in our report template, I'll double-click at the top of the page to open my header. Here I'll add 2 logos, one for Acme Assays and one for MyAssays. I'll resize and format these to be left and right aligned. I'll also add the assay name in bold and center aligned. I'll also update the font, and for this I'll select Tahoma. Next, let's add page numbers and an operator signature. I'll select Insert, Page Number, Bottom of Page, and select the Center Aligned option. Below Sample Table 2, I'll select Insert, Signature Line, and add the title Operator. I'll save the changes, and let's recalculate. Everything's looking good on our report now. We can see the addition of our header and footer, as well as the signature line. Let's make one more adjustment, adding a page break between each sample table. I'll open up the report template and insert a page break immediately before sample tables 2 and sample table 1. Let's save our changes and recalculate. In reviewing the updated report, everything looks good, so I'm ready to republish this back to myassays2.com. So I'll save my changes and exit. I'll log into myassays2.com and open my home page. I'll select the My Protocols tab and select to publish a protocol. I'll browse for and select my protocol file and press Next. Here, we don't want to publish this as a new assay. Instead, I'll select to replace an existing assay and select the currently published version of this kinetic protocol. Again, this is a single plate assay, so I'll deselect the multiple plate checkbox and press Next. I'll leave the assay name and link as the default, and on the last step, we can publish the assay. I'll open the assay, and we can see the URL that can be shared with colleagues at the top of the screen. And under the Calculate options, you'll see an additional option now. The default is PDF, which is the page-based report we've just configured. You can also select Excel or PDF from Excel. The PDF from Excel option is the PDF without the formatting we've just completed, and the Excel option is the sheet-based report we're familiar with from the previous video in this series. I'll leave the PDF option selected and press Calculate. Once our results are calculated, you'll see the interactive chart for both the XY reduction fit parameter and the standard curve, as well as our PDF report with custom branding, and at the bottom, an operator signature line. If you have any questions about configuring a page-based report for your custom protocol published to myassays2.com, please email us at support@myassays.com.